Welcome to the channel. If you enjoy exploring big questions about science, philosophy, and religion, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Now, let's dive in. If God created everything, wouldn't he know exactly how it all works? Wouldn't a perfect designer create a universe free of errors, inefficiencies, and needless suffering? And yet, when we look at biology, the cosmos, and nature itself, we find countless examples of mistakes, flaws that don't align with the work of an all-knowing creator. So, does God actually understand his own creations? Section 1. Biological blunders. Inefficiencies in design. Let's start with biology. If human beings are the pinnacle of God's creation, why are our bodies filled with so many design flaws? Take the recurrent laryngeal nerve. In humans, instead of taking a direct path from the brain to the larynx, it loops down into the chest, around the aorta, and then back up. In giraffes, this nerve extends over 15 feet before reaching its destination. No intelligent engineer would design a system like this. Then there's the human eye, often cited by apologists as proof of divine design. But did you know our retinas are backward? Light has to pass through layers of nerves before reaching the photoreceptors, creating a blind spot in each eye. Meanwhile, octopuses have a similar eye structure, but without the blind spot. Did God design cephalopods better than humans? Or what about vestigial structures? Body parts that serve no real function. The appendix does little except occasionally burst and kill people. Wisdom teeth don't fit in our jaws. Male nipples exist, despite having no biological purpose. Were these intentional designs, or just evolutionary leftovers? And then there's childbirth. Humans experience painful and dangerous labor because our pelvises are too small for our infants' large heads. If an intelligent designer created human reproduction, why is it so inefficient compared to other mammals? Perhaps most troubling is what God seems to misunderstand about basic biology. In Deuteronomy 22, the Bible commands the execution of a bride if she doesn't bleed on her wedding night, assuming that all virgins must bleed. But we now know that only 42% of women naturally bleed the first time they have sex. If God designed human anatomy, why did he get this so wrong? Section 2. Cosmological contradictions. A universe that makes no sense. Beyond biology, let's look at the universe itself. If God fine-tuned the cosmos, why does most of it seem so inhospitable? First, 99.99999% of the universe is completely uninhabitable. Space is filled with deadly radiation, black holes, and frozen wastelands. If the goal was to create life, why make a universe where life is the exception, not the rule? Apologists argue that the universe is finely tuned for life, that if the expansion rate were slightly different, we wouldn't be here. But this raises a question. If God is all-powerful, why does he need to fine-tune anything? Why not create a universe where life can thrive everywhere, instead of just a tiny, fragile speck? And even within our solar system, the design is questionable. Venus rotates backward. Uranus is tipped on its side. Jupiter has a massive radiation-blasting storm. And Earth, even in the one place that's designed for life. We get earthquakes, hurricanes, and asteroid impacts that wipe out entire species. Section 3. Nature's cruelty. The problem of suffering. If God is a loving designer, why did he create a system where suffering is a requirement? Why do animals have to hunt and kill to survive? Why do parasites like the Loa Loa eyeworm burrow through human eyeballs? Why did God create the cordyceps fungus, which takes over an insect's brain, forces it to spread spores, then kills it? If this is intelligent design, what does that say about the designer? Then there are natural disasters. Earthquakes, tsunamis, and wildfires cause immense suffering. Some say these are part of a test. But what lesson does a newborn baby learn when it dies in a flood? What moral lesson does a deer burned alive in a wildfire gain from its suffering? If God truly designed this world, why does it look like a world where life struggles against an indifferent, chaotic system? Section 4. Apologetic and why it fails. Apologists have answers for these questions, but they don't hold up under scrutiny. Some say God's ways are beyond our understanding. But if that's true, how do we know his design is good at all? If we can't question it, how do we know it's intelligent? Others argue that the fall ruined God's perfect design. But bad design isn't just about human sin. It's baked into nature itself. Did sin create the giraffe's bad nerve? Did sign cause tectonic plates to shift and create deadly earthquakes? And when it comes to fine-tuning, apologists claim the universe is so precise that it must be designed. But if the universe needed fine-tuning to work, doesn't that imply God was limited by external constraints? An omnipotent being wouldn't need to carefully balance the numbers. He could create any kind of universe and make life thrive anywhere. Conclusion: the big question. So we're left with a question. If God had to carve out a space for life in a dangerous universe, why did he make the universe dangerous in the first place? If God is omniscient, why does biology suggest evolutionary leftovers instead of intentional design? If God is omnipotent, why does he need to fine-tune the universe at all? And if God is loving, why is so much of his creation built on suffering? The evidence suggests that life wasn't carefully placed here by an intelligent being. Instead, it struggled to survive in a universe that doesn't care whether it exists or not. So, if this world is truly the work of a God, does he really understand what he created? Thanks for watching. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment with your thoughts. If you'd like to see more content like this, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. See you next time.